live streaming, and all the technical difficulties that that ensue. So this is my first live stream on YouTube. I've done a couple of live streams before, Facebook and stuff. And as you didn't hear me when I was first talking, because I didn't have this microphone on, the reason for this live stream is that I've not uploaded a video to this channel for 3 months, which is ridiculous, I know, but I do have some good reasons for that, and I want to just discuss them with you and let you know what my plans are for the channel moving forward now that I'm sort of back and ready to get creating content again. So I have a list here of the things that I want to talk about, and so really the first reason for not uploading videos is that I've just been really busy. I've had quite a lot of new client work come in, and I've been working on some pretty big brand strategy projects, which really has taken up a lot of my time. We've all been going through, a pretty tough time of it, with the pandemic which is going on. Hey Neon Dinosaurs, thanks for joining. And when any work comes in, I've got to make sure that I give my client my full attention to make sure that that work goes well, and I'm only as good as the last job that I've done. So I need to make sure that I do good things. So I have been focusing a lot on my client work and bringing in new work. And because I have been busy doing that, any downtime that I could get, I really couldn't face creating videos. I needed the break, so I've been using some of that downtime to really just rest and make sure that I'm good for the work that I've been doing every week. Hey and up, thanks for joining. I'm good. And so I've just, like I say, I've just been focusing on client work, but I'm now ready to get back into creating videos for the channel. One of the other things which I've been doing over the past 3 months whilst I've been sort of incognito is that I've been working on my own business. Something which I've really not spent enough time doing. I'm working with clients all the time, and if you spend all of your time working on clients' businesses and not your own, then your own starts to suffer a little bit, and mine was suffering a little bit. It kind of lost track on where I wanted to go. I've been a graphic designer for 25 years now or so, around about that much time, and over the past few years I've been doing a lot of brand strategy work as well, and you'll see that from the videos that I've got on my channel. Just check the questions here. Which brand identity are you working on? Well, if you're asking about client brand identities, I'm working on quite a few at the minute. The biggest one that I'm working on is for a client in Kuwait, and that's a full, all singing, all dancing, strategic branding from the very beginning all the way up to delivering their brand identity and some marketing material. So that's a really big job. That's been going on now for about 4 months. We should finish that end of March. And then I've been doing a lot of other brand identities, as well as other graphic design stuff. So it's been a busy time, and it feels good to be on here and speaking to you all. I do feel like I've, not that I've run away from things. I've been checking in every week and making sure that I answer all the comments that get posted on the videos. I want to make sure that, I wanted to make sure that I continue to do that, because there are some really good questions getting asked, and if I can help, then I do like to do that. But yeah, so I've been working on my business as well. I'm trying to sort of set up 2 different arms to that. A personal brand, which is moi, which will be more focused on the strategic branding side of things. And then for the design side of things, I will use my business Pixels Inc. as the design agency. So my strategic work will feed in any design work to the agency, plus the agency will take on any design work which just comes in naturally anyway. And the reason for doing that is I just want to really go deep and focus a lot more on the strategic work. And to be able to do that, I kind of need to stop people asking me to do design work. So I need that to come through the agency more than sort of people coming to me directly. I will deal with the strategy, and then when it gets to the design side of things, the agency will come in and I will work with the people that work with me in my agency, and we will work that way. Can you please make a video on mascot logos? That's a question from Anup asking, can I please make a video on mascot logos? That would be really helpful to him. Anup, I get the impression, I'm pretty sure I've read a comment from you where you've asked me to do that before, and I've probably said, yep, no problem, I'll write it in my list and I'll get that done. I will get that done. I have such a huge list of videos to do. It just takes, if it's a video which is just a talking head, like this, just me speaking to you, there's a little bit of preparation to be done there. I just need to make sure I know what I'm talking about when I'm speaking to you lot. But if it's a video that requires graphics and representations, it can take a while to set that up, and I just haven't had that time. But as I've said, I do want to dedicate more time to the channel, and so I am going to be doing more videos. Still be doing videos on design, even though I've just said that I'll be doing, that I want to do more brand strategy and that side of things. I will still be talking about logos and graphic design, software, reviews. We'll get into that in a minute. That's kind of on my list. So yeah, I've been working on the business, and that's been taking up a lot of my spare time when I've not been working with clients. But I'm getting into a good place. I've started working with a lot more people. For anyone watching who's anything like me, you just want to do all yourself. But you can't grow your business if you continue to do it all yourself. So I've now been working with other designers, copywriters, getting mentorship from different people, which has been absolutely brilliant getting that help. Big shout out to Fox Gear, who has been helping me a lot, including sort of doing this live streaming thing as well. He's been helping me with that. I can see my camera shaking because I'm knocking my table, so apologies if it's all getting a bit wobbly. But it's been an interesting time. I'm very appreciative of everyone that's subscribed to the channel. The subscriber numbers are still going up, which is, feels great to me, because it means people are finding the videos useful. Some of the videos are quite old now, but the information in them is quite relevant. There are some videos which I do feel like I will maybe do a new version of them, because some of them are about 5 years old now, and just through experience and learning myself, we're always learning, we're always improving and getting better. Some of the the earlier videos, I'm not the best on camera because I was very nervous at that time, but I'm getting better on camera now. So I would like to kind of do some of those earlier videos, redo them, freshen them up a bit, and probably add a little bit more information, because I have, as I say, I've learned a lot more. One of the other things which I've been, thanks Anup, I'm really grateful that you're enjoying the videos and find them useful. Let's see. One of the other things which I've been doing during this break is that I've been going through the trademarking process. So I've been getting some registered trademarks done for my business. So I now have Pixels Inc. is now a registered trademark, and I have also registered Rock Your Brand, which I use as a tagline. It's the name of my monthly newsletter, and it'd be cool if you guys could maybe subscribe to that. I think I've got a link to that somewhere. I think I've got a link which I can show you on screen there. So I've been trademarking, and one of the cool things about that is I've made sure to keep a small diary of that process. I've been working with a company. I didn't do it myself. I thought it wise to work with a professional company that specializes in registering trademarks, and I'm glad I have. there will be a very interesting segment in the video when I release that. Things don't always go smoothly, and in a way, by things not going quite so smoothly for me, it means that you, the viewer, can learn from that. Because sometimes if you have even if it's like a design project or whatever, if it goes really smoothly, that's fantastic for me. Everyone wants projects to go smoothly. But when they don't go smoothly, there's always lessons to be learned. We can always, we come up against problems and we need to find solutions. And it can be good for me to show you how we worked around those problems so that if anything ever occurs to the person who's watching the video, they can deal with that problem in the way that I did to find the best solution for it. So I'm excited to have those 2 registered trademarks. I feel more protected. It's also good for my business. If I decided, I have no thoughts on it yet, but if I decided to sell my business in future, having those 2 registered trademarks as part of the business is valuable to any potential buyer. So it's really good to get those done. It's another thing that I've been focusing on for the past few months. It's a 3.5 month process for the trademarks to go through from start to finish. Okay, so next on my list is videos. I have a long list of requests for videos, some of which I probably won't do, and I mentioned that to the people when they asked at the time. Oh hey, Dolly Peru, Dolly, thanks for joining. Moving all the way over from Twitch, coming over here to YouTube. So I want to start getting back into videos, and I think there are areas that I have gaps in terms of the content I've created for the channel. One of those is typography. I think I need to talk more about the different categories of type. That could be an interesting one. That could either be one video where I go through each category, or maybe I do one video which is a synopsis or a summary, and then I can go deeper into each category in a separate video. That one will require probably a lot of graphics, so that one might take a while. Another area that I want to sort of do more work in is the brand strategy side of things, because for me, if you don't have a strong brand strategy at the base of your business to hold it up and give it direction, then you can't really create a successful brand identity on top of that, because you don't really know who your target audience is. You don't know what sort of personas they have. You don't know what sort of persona your brand should have. So how are you expected to create a visual identity that can speak to that audience if you don't know, if you don't have any strategic goals or visions pushing your brand forward? So I do want to talk about that more. I have got some videos on the channel which talk about brand vision, mission, purpose, but like any skill, like my design skills, I'm constantly improving them. I'm learning more, and so it's always good to revisit and add in any extra information or knowledge that I've gained around the topic myself. And one of the areas which I haven't touched upon on this channel are brand archetypes. And that is something which I have been getting more into over the past year or two, and learning how valuable and important they are. So I will do a series. That will have to be a series. There are 12 brand archetypes, and you can go quite deep onto those. So again, probably do a summary video and then follow that up where we go into, maybe do 1 or 2 in each video and go a bit deeper on them, so that everyone can learn about brand archetypes and then apply that information to their own brands so that they can understand how they should be speaking to their audience. It's a really, really interesting topic, I promise, and I will try to make the videos as interesting as possible as well. So I'm looking forward to filling those gaps, but also I am always open to suggestions and requests for videos. I did start my channel to help business owners. That was the whole purpose of my channel, was to create content around design and brand strategy for people who were starting businesses or maybe been running their business for a while, but they then needed to rebrand or refresh, but really just didn't understand anything about design or branding. And the reason I wanted to teach business owners about this was so that they could have a better relationship when they work with a designer. As a designer who works with clients all the time, I know how much easier it is to work with a client who has some knowledge about design or about branding. It makes for easier conversations, the terminology and things like that. But if you're working with a client who doesn't know or has very little knowledge, then there's a certain amount of education that needs to be done, which can take up time. I don't mind doing that. I think it's valuable, and it's good that the client understands exactly what's happening during the process and why we're doing certain things. But I can only do that on a one-to-one basis as a client comes to me. So I thought, well, why don't I start doing videos on YouTube where I can reach more people? I can record the information once and reach more people. But obviously, if I'm giving information on design and branding from a base level up, I've got videos on what is a JPEG and really, really kind of low, let's call it low level knowledge. It's not high end strategic brand knowledge. It's lower end stuff. I attract an audience of people who want to get into the design industry and are wanting to learn about design. So most of the requests that I get are from people who want to learn design. And that kind of put me not in a tricky spot, but I had to think carefully, because there are lots and lots and lots of designers on YouTube providing great quality content videos on design and how to design, how to become a designer, how to be a better designer, tutorials, reviews, all of that stuff. And I thought, do I just want to add to all of that? Do I just want to add extra noise to those videos? But from speaking to a few subscribers and clients and things, then I think there's always room for videos on design and branding from anyone, because everyone delivers content in a different way and people are attracted to different styles of presentation. And so rather than say, no, I'm only doing videos for business owners, I think everyone can learn from the videos that I create. And so for a time, I was very resistant to do videos that were really, the content would be helpful mostly for designers. They wouldn't really help a client or a business owner much. It was too in depth. But I'm here to help people on YouTube. And so I've decided that I will just create helpful videos. And as long as they help someone, then it's good content. And so there probably will be an upsurge in videos which are aimed more at designers, but I do want to balance that out with videos which are definitely going to be useful for anyone who's running a business and who's wanting to find out a little bit more about strategy and how that can help their business be a bit stronger when it comes to their marketing and creating their social media content, written content, all that sort of stuff. So there will be a change there a little bit. You may not notice it, depends on what you're searching for. But I have also been approached by a few companies to promote their content or their product or service. And as tempting as it is to make a little bit of money by promoting someone's content or service or product, a lot of them I'm turning down because I only want to do videos about software or products that I use all the time or have had an experience of, but not just experiencing it for the sake of making a video. Again, there are plenty of other people out there who can do those videos if they want. But I will only ever make affiliate or sponsored videos for people that I use their software. So I do actually have a couple coming up. One for Pantone, about their Pantone Connect software, and another one for a stock site that I use every single day pretty much, where I'll do a review of that and a walkthrough about all the things that we go in there. But I want to be very careful about how many of those I do. I'm aware that sometimes if you see, a video on a channel and it's been sponsored, then, if there's money exchanging hands, then it's like, well, how truthful is the review of this if, they've been given something? So I don't want to do too many of those, but it's just to let you know that some of those types of videos will appear, because it does help me. If I bring in some income, it does help me allocate more time to create other videos, and that's important. My time is valuable to me, and I have to put it in the place that means I can put food on the table and lights turned on and equipment for making these videos. So there will be more videos upcoming, live streams like this, but unlike the start of this one where I forgot to unmute my microphone. Thanks again, Dan, for making me aware of that. I want to do regular live streams on the channel. I want to do Q&A. We may pick a topic for that particular hour, and it'll just be open Q&A. Ask me whatever you want around that, and if I can answer the question there and then, we'll do that. If I don't have the answer, because I don't know everything, or I'm unsure, I would rather know I was sure about an answer before giving it. I don't want to give information out that may be incorrect. So anything that I'm unsure of or that I don't know, I can answer on the next live stream, or it may turn into an actual video. If it's a question where I feel it warrants its own video, then I will do that. So the live stream will kind of do two things. It will help me to connect with you all on a regular basis in a live environment. It will help me to get better speaking to camera, because it's still a nerve-wracking experience. You're still putting yourself out there, especially when you're like surrounded by screens and you're trying to keep an eye on all of what's going on, all of the content and and everything. So being live regularly will help me feel more relaxed, and will then also in turn help me with my pre-recorded videos. They're a little bit easier in terms of how I put myself out there, because I can chop out all the bad bits and the bits where I forget words and mess up. With live, it's there to see all the mess ups, all the hiccups, all the technical glitches. But we're all human, and I think it's important that I chat with you guys in this, live way, so that, you get to see me as a real person and not just like an edited version of me. Although I do like to think I come across the same in both ways. So the live streams are exciting, something new for me, and might even get some guests on. Might invite some other designers on, might talk about some experiences. Again, there are other channels that do that really well. But if I feel that there is value in bringing someone in and having a chat with them, and then we have a Q&A at the end where you can ask questions of myself or the guest that I've got on that day, I think that could be really, really useful. So what else? Yeah, so I did have Q&A written down. I know that I fully expected there to not be many people on this live. I haven't really promoted it. I put it into the community tab to let some people know. I didn't premiere it, so it's not had a premiere countdown on the YouTube channel, and I haven't put it on Twitter or anything. And the reason for that was just because this was the first live stream and I wanted to make sure that all the kit was working and things like microphones and remembering to unmute them before you start, talking for a minute. So yeah, so I mean, if anyone has any questions, I know Anup that you've asked me to make a mascot logo video, and like I say, I'm sure you've asked me that before, so we'll take that as a double request. So I'll make sure that I bump that up the list of videos for you to make sure I get that done. But if anyone's got any other questions, then you can drop them into this chat, or you can always leave a comment on another video which is related, and I'll get that comment from that. Or you can drop me a message or a tweet on Twitter at PixelsCall, and make a request there. So yeah, I don't think we want to kind of keep this running on. We're coming up for half an hour. I suppose the only thing that I would say is that in terms of live streaming, and slightly different to the live streaming on here on YouTube, is that I will be streaming over on Twitch as well. But when I'm over on Twitch, that's going to be for fun. So I'm just going to be playing games. I'm just going to be chatting about anything, music, films, other games, just generally anything. And I will be streaming on there on the weekends. If you head over to my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/PixelsCall, and follow the channel, then you'll get an update when it's when I'm about to go live. I'll also tweet out when I'm going to go live, and I'll probably post in the community channel here on YouTube that I'm going to be going live. So join me over there. It'll be fun. This is, for me, the YouTube channel is kind of a bit like work, because it's very much focused on my day job, and it's a bit like being a teacher, a bit like a lecturing job, creating the videos and stuff. I really enjoy it, but I wanted to do something that was leisurely, and so listen to music, have a chat with everyone, play some games, and just have fun on the weekends. So I'd like to say thank you very much for joining, Dolly, Dan from Good News and Positive News. If you haven't checked out Dan's channel, Good News and Positive News, you should go over there and check that out. The world is a bit of a dismal place at times, and we need to hear good stories so that we know that it's not all bad. So Dan's got a great channel on YouTube called Good News and Positive News. So have a search, go check that out. Neon, thanks for coming over, and Anup, thanks for coming over as well. I really, really appreciate it. And hopefully, as we do these regular lives, I'm not sure how regular yet. Maybe every 2 weeks. Maybe do that every 2 weeks, and we start to grow our numbers, and get more people on the chats, and maybe you guys can help. And if you see that I've got one coming up, share that on social, get people to come in and join and learn a bit more about design and branding. So until I see you again, remember folks, stay creative. Bye for now.